What's that?
Maybe a haircut.
You do need a haircut, Big Papa.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
You like it long? You going for the long look?
I'm growing out a mullet.
Hey, shout out Mullet Life. We got some guys that have mullets around here.
We do. Pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty impressive mullets. Maybe you should do it.
I mean, I want to.
Well, what's holding you back? Like, what would be the mullet cut right now? It just like cut the sides.
Oh, I'd fade the sides like real low and leave the bag kind of. I don't know. I would leave the front so it's almost like long in both.
The guys that I've seen around, that's what they've done. They've cut the sides. They're leaving the front and the back.
Yeah. See, I mean, I think I could pull it off.
I got a haircut this week.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
It's not a spot clip.
It is not spot clips. We are
Stallion Special.
Definitely lacking on the spot clips.
I know. We got to get back to that Stallion Special. I was just ready to have it done. Man, it's been like forever since I've had a haircut. So this is CG Live on the last day, Auburn, of January. We are already 1 month in to 2021.
That's really hard to believe.
It's crazy.
Like, seems like just yesterday we're in 2020.
I know it. We were just sitting up here having a conversation about the new year and what was going on, and now we're a month in entirely. So it's crazy to think that, but we're still excited for the ability to do what we're doing today. It's not the same. Thankful for all that's happening in our student ministry on campus and off campus. The gathering times on campus have been really fun. I think we've kind of hit a really neat groove on Wednesday nights now, and been a neat thing. And music's coming and some different things we're working through for those details, but it's been a really good time. And then YouTube's been fun. Yeah, we've kind of jumped into the YouTube world. Vlog has been really funny, giving the camera off to some folks.
Yeah, I mean, it really shows a lot of personality, and like it's a lot different perspective than our perspective, because we're like overseeing kind of like the whole, but then you see like everybody's like little group here, group there, and then it's like, oh wow, they all kind of just fit together somehow.
Yeah, so just be ready for the opportunity, maybe if you're interested in the days ahead, to give us your perspective on a Student Wednesday night. We might just hand the camera off randomly to some folks and let that be the case. So just a few reminders for CG Live today. If you're checking us out live right now, you have to be on the browser of a computer to comment in the chat, or you can be on the app, the YouTube app. And so if you're on your app, you can go ahead and comment in the chat. If you're on a browser, you can comment that way as well. And so if you're here with us and can hear us and know that what we're saying and what we're doing right now, would just somebody place a comment in the chat, and whoever does the first comment in the chat, Auburn, will win something.
Yeah, I think, it's really important. It talks a lot about first is last, but in this case, the first is first.
First is first.
So we need that first person. Hey, write that down so I remember what I said.
We got it. Somebody
on the app, Bethany Bradshaw.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, we do that together. Whoop, whoop.
That's tragic there.
All right,
Bethany, we're gonna grant you with the book today a nice little life verse. Discover the Power of One Verse. Really good book. I've read like half of it twice. So not the full book. No, so I've read like the front half like twice. So I need to pick it up on that. But Bethany, congratulations. Glad to have you with us today.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm sorry.
I had to go with the whoop,
if you're
whoop.
viewing this later, comment whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. I had to go with the whoop, whoop. All right, so here's the deal. I got an activity this morning, Auburn.
I'm always a little nervous.
What are you nervous about?
What are we doing with these?
This is a Rice Krispie treat.
I know. I had one of these earlier.
Okay. Well, you're about to have another one. Here we go. So here's the deal, everybody. Here's what's about to happen. CG Live, if you're just checking in, you want to place a comment, let us know you're here. That would be great. Here's what's about to happen. We're about to see who can eat the Rice Krispies the fastest.
Well, I know I got you beat because you have to take a breath.
All right. You can't open it. Oh, well, you got the top open.
I'm just opening. I'm prepping.
Well, all right.
This is like doomsday.
All right. So if you're in the chat, let's see here. If you're in the chat, let us know who you think can eat the Rice Krispie the fastest? Auburn or myself?
No disrespect either.
Auburn or myself? Just be honest. I don't care what you say. Auburn don't care what you say. We're big boys. We're good. Who we got? BC and the boys.
I don't really know.
I don't know who that is either. But what's up, BC and the boys?
Hey. Shout out to the boys.
Whoop, whoop. All right. So, all right, here we go. All right, you ready? You ready?
No.
No. 3.
If you choke, I'm not calling leave to tell her you choke.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
There's a
3,
trash can over there.
2, 1, go.
Dude, this thing is huge. Was that in the fridge?
More waffles.
Hey, whoa.
Stop.
You got food too in there.
There you go. Oh no, wrong account. This is John. John, hey John.
Hey, Mom.
Well, she haven't eaten as fast as Rice Krispies.
Whoa. You got to breathe.
I can breathe.
No, you can't. I've been right to breathe.
Oh, I can breathe. All right, nobody thinks either one of us should win. I don't know what they think.
I wouldn't feel like the in my house.
Oh!
My jaws hurt.
Whoop whoop! No way! No way!
I'm your dad.
No way!
That's what you get for trying to whoop somebody. You got whooped. Yes, sir.
All right, Auburn wins. That makes me mad. Auburn can eat a Rice Krispie faster than me. All right, here's the deal.
I just want you to know, Chase.
What?
I love Amanda Dell.
I know. We got some giveaways already. If you've already won this shirt and if you win something again today, we'll find you another shirt. So here's the deal. First way to receive a giveaway today is take a second in the chat. Let us know what book of the Bible and chapter of the Bible have we been walking through on our 21 days of prayer and fasting. Wow. That should be pretty simple.
I mean, I know it.
Should be pretty simple. What book of the Bible and what chapter? Matthew chapter 6. That's it, John Jeter.
Are we sure that's John? Maybe Miss Christie's helping.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be, or Shane. You know?
Yeah, Shane could be.
Shane could be. Maybe that's what. Maybe he was on Shane's for BC and the boys. All right, so John, get you a free shirt this week. Come by, let us know. See us on Wednesday night, and we'll give you something, that kind of thing. All right, second giveaway. Oh no.
So embarrassing.
Oh, so embarrassing. All
Amateur.
right. So second giveaway today, Auburn. You ready? So this past week, and John, you can win this too. So this past week, we announced on Wednesday night that we are doing a D Now in 2021.
That's what I heard.
It's conference style, a little different, but we said it was going to be called a blank weekend. A specific word that's going to be the theme that we use for the entire weekend. So, D Now 2021 coming up March 19th and 20th. What is the name that we'll use to call that weekend? What's the theme?
You want me to tell them?
No, if they can guess it, they get a free shirt.
This is kind of tough if you weren't paying attention.
You weren't paying
I know.
attention. You do know.
I know.
That's good.
Oh,
Bethany. Miss Bethany Bradshaw on point. Identity weekend. And again, Bethany, if you already have one of these, we'll get one that you don't have and make sure you do. Let's see if I can try to throw it again.
You're going to hit the camera.
No, I'm not. I missed it. All right. Really quick. Couple things you guys need to know before Auburn ticks over for the lesson today. Don't forget. Tonight we have no activities at all of any kind of thing because we are starting RAD on February the 14th. Now here's the deal. RAD is going to look different than it's looked in the past. But on that night, Sunday night, 5 o'clock, February the 14th, gym will be open and everybody will meet at the gym. And that's going to be for preteens all the way up through 12th grade and student ministry. So from 4:45 to 6:15, the gym will be open, and we will start at 5 o'clock in the gym, kind of kicking off RAD for 2021. So mask will be required, but on February 14th, be here for that night. And then after that, Auburn, high school groups We'll be meeting in host homes every other Sunday night after that. And middle school and preteen groups will be meeting here on campus. And you can access that as well if your family, if y'all are not comfortable coming back yet. It'll be available on our YouTube channel, and it can be watched and experienced at 5 o'clock as we go through a live video starting the 21st and following. And so just know that that's the rad details, but we need everybody to do what, Auburn?
Show up, sign up, come happy, bring a friend, wear a mask. Anything else?
First and foremost, just a reminder, out of everything he said right there, sign up.
Sign up.
Because they're going to get some swag.
Hey,
they're going to get some swag. So rad's coming. Also, we're back Wednesday night in the gym. Don't forget that. And then we just mentioned it, but our identity weekend, March 19th and 20th, $45. We'll cover what you need for that weekend. Got some great speaker coming in, great worship leader coming in. Got a guy that calls himself a perception artist. You know, like, where'd my finger go?
What was that?
I'm trying to do like a magic trick or something.
Like lose your arm or something?
Yeah, like. Woo-hoo. All right, so here we go. So don't forget, sign up for Identity Weekend. Auburn, take it now for Unit 20, Session 4, Jesus Calls His Disciples.
All right, Chase. So in this session, we're going to see Jesus calls some disciples, and we're going to be in Luke chapter 5, verse 3 through 11, and then 27 through 32. So there's basically a few main characters that we're going to get out of the way. You got Levi, right? What does Levi do?
Jeans?
Not jeans. He's a tax collector.
Tax collector.
So, I mean, if you buy enough jeans, they do collect your taxes. And then we have Jesus. We have some Pharisees. We have Simon Peter, James, and John. So as this kind of event starts off, Jesus kind of gets in the boat with Simon Peter, and he's basically like, look, let's like kind of stay by the shore. He does a little preaching, and then once he finishes, he tells Simon Peter, he's like, hey, let's go out. Basically, he tells them, let's do a little fishing. Right? Like they're gonna go out to the deep water, and they get on out there. And I don't really know what kind of boat they had. Probably just a little paddle boat, if I had to assume. So they get out in the deep water, and Jesus is like, hold up, drop your nets. And what does Simon Peter do?
Drop his nets.
He dropped the nets, right? So as he drops the nets, he brings it up, and the nets are so full with fish that they have to call another boat over, right? And this is kind of where James and John come in, because they basically like work for Simon Peter. So they basically come over and they get all these fish, and I like in my head it's a whole lot of fish. I don't know how many fish, but like
boatloads.
Two boatloads to be in fact.
Yeah.
So there's 2 boatloads of fish. They get to the point where they're like almost sinking. There's so much fish in these
like
boats.
In Nemo. You remember that part in Nemo where the net was full and they were trying to pull the fish up and Dory was stuck, and then Nemo got all the fish to say just swim down?
I don't. I have seen that a few times though, but that's a great point. I don't know if Dory was in that because I don't think they found her by then.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But that is basically when these guys are like, wow, like this is Jesus kind of deal. And Jesus basically tells them, look, from now on, you don't be afraid. You're going to catch people instead of fish. So in my head, these guys are probably like, what? Like, all we know is, like, we're about to throw some nets on some people, you know?
Yeah.
So then the story moves on to verses 27 through 32. And Jesus basically sees this guy named Levi who's a tax collector. And people don't really like the tax collectors.
No.
What's a nice way to put it in one word, a tax collector?
Greedy.
Yeah, that's a really nice way to put it. So these guys are like the bottom of the bottom. People really hate them. And Jesus basically comes up to Levi, and as he's working, he's like, look, follow me. So Levi, he kind of follows him. He ends up throwing like this huge banquet for Jesus. And Jesus comes in there and he eats with all these sinners and tax collectors, basically. And these Pharisees are like, they're like the religious regime of the time. So they're like, what is this Jesus guy doing? Like, he's with the wrong people. He should be with like believers. What is he doing over here? And they ask him, why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners? And as the verses end, Jesus tells them, he says, it is not those who are healthy who needs a doctor, but those who are sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So it's really one of those things where he opens up their eyes and saying, if you're not sick, why do you go see a doctor, right? So it's like, these people are sinners, and I've come to save sinners, so why would I not be with them?
Yeah.
And so to kind of wrap up with two thoughts here, the first, you kind of think about, is Jesus reaching these disciples to basically, call them out on what will be their mission one day, is to spread the gospel. And the first question is, who is being put in your path for you to reach? Really thinking about, who am I around that I know maybe doesn't go to church, doesn't have any involvement. They may have some struggles they're going through. How can I reach out to them, build them up, and show them Jesus, like Jesus basically showed these tax collectors? And then lastly, kind of just the thought of, these guys end up becoming disciples and following what God kind of had planned out for them. But how often are we running from something that God has called us to do? Thinking about, whether it is reaching out to your friend, whether it's going to a certain school, whether it's a certain job or a certain occupation here in the future, just really thinking about, what is God calling you to do, and how are you kind of going about answering that call?
Yeah, and I think what's interesting to think about with this story is that Jesus knew what it would take to reach these disciples.
Oh, yeah.
He knew the common thread for them, which was the fish, which was the boat, the thing that they did every single day. And so as you think about being a person like Jesus that is seeking to be a disciple, to make disciples, and think about calling the call, really here's the main idea from today's lesson. In the lesson itself, it tells us that the call to follow Jesus is the call to invite others to do the same. So how do you and I call others to do the same? Well, I think it's thinking back to how we've been called. Because the average person, now there's different circumstances and scenarios, but the average person, in a lot of ways, the way someone loved you and I, the way someone reached you and I, that same scenario, common thought, just being available, just listening, just making someone feel known, making someone feel loved. Those are kind of things that I would say most of us would say that someone did to really reach us with the goodness of the gospel. Those are things that we can do through the power of God today to reach others.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we want to encourage you guys today with that. I want to encourage you to think about that. God puts people in your path every day to reach. And so thanks for hanging out with us today for CG Live. Shout out to John Jeter. Shout out to Bethany Bradshaw. Shout out to Auburn for beating me in the Rice Krispie Square Challenge. You're my dad. So, all right, here we go, guys. We love you guys. Thankful for you. See you Wednesday night. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. And don't forget, Monday Motivational tomorrow dropping on YouTube in the morning. It's going to be a good one.
Hey, we're not even going to spoil this.
No, we
you
can't.
gotta wait till the morning to see who it is.
Monday Motivational. We'll see it tomorrow, and we hope to see you guys on Wednesday as well. Peace. End.